Hey guys, Popbacker here today, and I just want to say I am super hyped for Call of Duty World War II. Now there are a couple of things I do want to say before we get too much into this video. The first thing I do want to say is a shout out to Drifter, who I took this clip from. I have not recorded any clips yet for Call of Duty World War II, so I pretty much had to scavenge YouTube for my favorite clip, and this one by Drifter was absolutely perfect. Now the next thing I have to say before we get too much into this video is pretty much for all of my returning subscribers. If for some reason my audio sounds a little bit different, it's because it's about time to bury my Blue Yeti. That's right guys, my Blue Yeti is about to die. Whenever I record a video, the audio goes from like normal to this really weird high-pitched sound, and it kind of goes back and forth. So I'm using my Razer Kraken Pros, which I don't mind using them. They're not that terrible. But recording audio just is really weird. It's really quiet. I don't really like it that much. Normally I use my Beats when I record, like for stuff like this, and I hook them up to my Yeti. But for this video I'm pretty much straight up just using my Krakens, because I'm not going to put the Beats on my head and then try to record through the Kraken mic and have it be super awkward. So I have my Krakens hooked up directly to my computer. I'm using them for audio, I'm using them for the microphone. Normally I stick with them just for when I play Xbox, but for this video this is what I'm doing. Now another thing I want to say just before I get too deep in this video is if you guys do find this video to be entertaining or enjoyable or even a little bit informative in any way, please go ahead, hit that like button. It really does help me to see these videos get liked and stuff, and it also motivates me to help keep making videos for you guys. So if you guys are new to my channel and you stumbled across this video, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We're a little over 10,000 right now, and it is so satisfying to see that keep going up, and to show that you guys actually are enjoying these videos and you guys are motivated to continue watching me, and I'm motivated to keep making content for you guys to watch. Alright guys, now let's move on to a little bit of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video. What I'm going to try to do is jump back and forth between the games here. So the games we have set up for today is Call of Duty World War II, which you guys have already seen. Now we're going to move on to a little bit of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Then we're going to move on to a little bit of Call of Duty Remastered, and then we're going to kick it up last with a couple clips of the good old original Black Ops. Now to start off with, we're going to just look at a couple kills that I did get here because they weren't too bad. And what I'm going to do is just compare the two together a little bit and tell you guys exactly how they were the same, a little bit of how they were different, and just how like they played. Now I'm just going to explain to you guys, I sat here all day, like halfway through yesterday and most of the day today, just trying to get some decent clips, just trying to get some decent kills, so that way I could feel for like how the game's played, and continued watching World War II videos just so I had a good understanding of how like the mechanics of both of them were, and how many bullets it takes to drop someone, how many bullets it takes for you to be dropped, and just like the running gun styles. Now, comparing Call of Duty Infinite Warfare with Call of Duty World War II, I do have to say the boots on the ground thing completely different, so we're not even going to talk about that at all. Now, the main thing that people do want to hear about is how many bullets does it take to kill someone? How many bullets does it take to get dropped? Is there like actually enough time to react? Now, I do have to say the reaction times in both games, Call of Duty World War II and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, are very comparable. There's not very much time to react. Now, if you're shooting at someone from the back, you're pretty much going to drop them. If your bullets are dead on, they're pretty much dropped. So the aim down the sights is about the same. If you're a good distance away, like that kill right there was, you can still drop someone. But the same way is you can duck and weave a little bit, you can jump around some, you can try to get out of the way. Now if the player is a little bit like newer or not the best, or if they're just have a very low sensitivity, you can try to duck and weave and barrel jump and dive and whatever, and they might be able to miss you and you might be able to get around that corner to reload. But I do have to say it is very comparable, to the point where the mechanics work and the way you can move around and stuff, even though you do have to remember there are no exosuits or double jumps or anything like that. But as long as you can get out of the way, and if you have better aim than the other person, that's basically it. As long as you have better aim than the other person, you do have the reaction time. Because we do have to remember this is one of our newer games, and the next game coming out, World War II, is also going to be a newer game, and we've kind of moved on from the point click, the person's immediately dead, or you completely miss them and they kill you, to the point where it's actually kind of who's a better shot and who actually has a little bit more aim with the other gun. Because most of the games in this game are pretty standard and they're all pretty balanced very well, to the point where you do have a lot of reaction time. Alright guys, now the main thing that most people are jumping to practice is going to be Call of Duty Remastered, but you do have to remember guys, it is the oldest Call of Duty that there is. I know that it's remastered for the Xbox One, so it's one of the ones that came out last year, but you do have to remember it is one of the oldest Call of Duties. Basically all they did was slap on some new skin, kept the old mechanics, added in some CSGO look at the gun like emotes, but besides that it is the old game. You drop people like crazy, the perk system is completely old, we don't use any of these perks anymore, and the same old rules apply. It basically takes 2 bullets to the head to kill someone, takes like 3 to the body, but if you try to quickscope someone you're pretty much guaranteed the kill. Now we do have to try to keep that in mind because most of the newer snipers like in newer games and stuff are a little bit different, so it could go completely different and we might not be able to get these same types of kills. The main similarity though between Call of Duty Remastered and Call of Duty World War II, which is pretty obvious, is the whole run and gun system, boots on the ground. There's no double jumping or anything like that. Everything is kept pretty level. But I do have to say, I think the maps are going to be a little bit different, just like the way they are actually set up. I'd have to say the map is probably going to be the biggest difference, because the map system from Call of Duty Remastered is on a smaller scale than it was for any of the other games. The maps are all a little bit more closed. There's not really as many like across the maps that you can see. Now, this does not count for every single map. Obviously, there are a couple for the open maps, but most of the maps in general are a lot more closed. There's a lot more buildings to run through, and the whole map system is going to be completely different. I do have to say that's probably the biggest like dissimilarity, besides the fact that you kill people so fast, is going to be the whole map system. Besides that, the map system, the 2 bullets to kill someone, the whole perk system, because all the perks are completely outdated. Those are the couple of biggest things that are going to be different, and why you really shouldn't play this game too much to practice for Call of Duty World War II, is because the whole system is pretty much going to be different. The boots on the ground is the only thing that you're going to be able to jump back and forth between. Alright guys, now the last and the oldest and, in my personal opinion, the easiest Call of Duty ever is going to be Call of Duty Black Ops. This game, I went back on it on the Xbox One, and this game is so easy. I don't know if it's just because all the other kids are playing on like Xbox 360 and are using the old controller layouts or something, but I just found this game to be so easy and so fun. Now, in my opinion, this is probably going to be kind of close and at the same time kind of far away to what Call of Duty World War II is going to be. Now, looking at this gameplay, the aiming system is absolutely terrible. There is basically almost no aim. It's all just, if you can hit the bullets, you got the kill. There's no aim assist at all, and it made this game fun. And at the same time, it also made it really hard. Now, as you can see, there was a couple really goods where I could just completely run across the map and kill the person, or completely run towards the person jumping and they were not able to kill me. I do have to say it does take a couple more bullets in this game to kill people, and I think that's a little bit more similar compared to the old Call of Duty Remastered, is you do have more time to kill people in this game. There is certainly a lot more time to run away in this game, and it does require a little bit more skill than the other newer games. So, out of all the games I played, I was looking up videos a little bit for the other ones, but not so much. I feel like these 3 are the best comparisons. Alright guys, now for my final verdict, telling you guys what I will be practicing and telling you why I will be practicing it, is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, I know many of you guys probably hate the fact that I said Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Most of you guys probably hate Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, but I do have to say it will probably be the best thing to practice because of a couple reasons. Now, I know most of you guys are probably like, but Papa, you can jump all around in that game. It has nothing to do with anything similar. Now, the main thing I do want to say is The fact that you can jump all around and stuff, and you can move and stuff like that, is probably honestly more similar to what Call of Duty World War II will be than the other couple of games. Not because of the fact that you're jumping 15 feet up in the air compared to 3 feet in the air, but because of the fact that you will actually have time to try to run away from someone. Now, most of the older games, there's only a second or two before you're either dead or you drop the other person. There's not really very much running around the corner trying to shoot the person or trying to avoid being shot. Compared to Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, you can completely run away from someone and avoid being killed, whereas in the other couple of games, there's not very much of that. As you can see here, I'm dropping people across the map almost instantly. There is no reaction time at all. It's either drop or be dropped. Compared to Call of Duty World War II, you can actually avoid it completely. Right here, the person died in like 2 bullets, which was like half of a second. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, there is a bit more time to react, as well as in most of the videos that I was watching for Call of Duty World War II, there was a good amount of reaction time. You could actually run away. You could go around the corner and you could make it away from all the people. But in most of the newer games, there's not really very much of that. So I think that's probably the best aspect to look at, is the fact that you can avoid people. I think if people go from like this game, Call of Duty Remastered, to Call of Duty World War II, they're not going to be used to the fact that you can actually run away from someone. They're going to sit there and they're going to spray until they either get the kill or they die. Like, not understanding the fact that they can try to avoid it and they can try to get away. So if you do go from that to that, I think that's probably like the worst thing, and you will be a little bit behind. Now, as if you go to back to Black Ops, I know most of you guys honestly aren't going to go to Black Ops, even if I say, hey, you guys should go play Black Ops, just because it is like the oldest game. And I don't think that Black Ops would be very good, just because of the fact Black Ops does require a decent amount of skill, because there is almost no aim assist at all. I don't even think there was aim assist in the game. So if you try to play a game without aim assist and then go to a game with aim assist, it makes it really difficult to play. And to be honest with you guys, I don't think that really helps in any way. Just because there is so much aim assist in the new games, I would just completely stick with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. And it looks like there is going to be a trend with Call of Duty World War II that there will be a heavy amount of aim assist. And guys, if this video helped you out in any way, or if you just found it enjoyable, you sat there, you watched the whole thing, and you did not already, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys are new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe for more Call of Duty videos. It does keep me motivated to see that my channel is growing. And also, I'm going to be posting a poll on Twitter, so go ahead and vote on what game you are going to be playing. I'm going to post a link down in the description. And guys, go ahead and let me know in the comment section what games you're going to be playing, why you're going to be playing them, if you are hyped for Call of Duty World War II, or if you're just completely disappointed. And as always guys, have a great day.